The Countess of Ravenswood, an original audio series. Produced by Povies Original. Copyright 2024 Povies Original. Voiced by JMB Chief VA. Episode 4.
My beloved, I could not bring myself to wake you this morning, your repose so serene. Nevertheless, I could not leave without conveying that the recent months spent by your side have constituted the happiest of my existence. I am now called away to discuss an urgent matter with the king, but shall return to you soon. With all my affection, Gareth. I require an audience with the king. Greetings, Father. Oh, apologies. I was momentarily lost in thought. Curiously, this throne loomed larger in my memories. No, that is not the purpose of my visit. No, everything is in order as far as that's concerned. Rest assured. Yes, I'm coming to it. I have a request of the utmost importance to make. I would have preferred to proceed without requesting your blessing, yet I fear the rules would render this act invalid without it, leaving me no choice but to acknowledge the bond that binds us. Father, I seek your blessing to wed the Countess of Ravenswood. Well, as you are well aware, she has been elevated to the ranks of nobility. She is no longer a commoner. I was not aware of Princess Anne's interest, and while she is a lady of considerable charms, my heart is irrevocably pledged to another. Hence, I beseech you, pardon me? Indeed, your blood runs in the bluest of veins, does it not? Would you be so kind as to remind me of the lineage from which we are descended? No, it is you who must listen. Father, all my life, I have dutifully served at your command, elevating your reign without the slightest resistance, making you the most prosperous king in all the 5 regions combined. I have never once sought personal gain, yet now I implore you this one indulgence, let me marry as my heart desires. I care not for the crown, and if it demands me that I forsake my heart and prevents me from marrying as I wish, then I renounce it here and now. Assuredly, I am ruled by my feelings, and that fills me with pride. It distinguishes me from you, and for that, I am glad. And if you see a poor monarch in me, know that your jester would likely make a finer ruler than you. Your arrogance will be your downfall. Does the finest king know his people starve under his own rule, that they endure conditions worse than our darkest selves? That disease ravages them, unchallenged and unaided, leaving families in perpetual mourning. It is the bitter truth. I've seen it with mine own eyes. While you indulge in opulence, your people suffer. What sort of monarch does that render you, Father? In truth, you are no more a king than I am a prince, and the crown upon your brow would deceive only the most naive of observers. Yes, I will marry her. To hell with your blessing. No one can prevent me from binding my life to hers. What then? What will you do? Imprison me? Cast me out? Strip me of my title, perhaps? Here, take it! I cast it down at your feet! What an irony to speak of betrayal. You who reign by deceit. Would you be so heartless as to end your own flesh and blood? Do as you must, but know this. Should harm come to her, by God, I will ensure this castle crumbles, and you with it. You are neither king nor man to me. You are merely a tyrant cloaked in regality, and I waste no more time here. Farewell. Nigel, we are not proceeding swiftly enough. Coachman, more speed. I pray, make haste. Where are you? Quickly, gather your things. We must depart immediately. To a place far from here, far from everything. I'll explain everything once we're on our way, but now time is of the essence. Marjorie! Assist the Countess with her belongings at once, I beg you. We must make haste. Please, my love, meet me by the carriage. I'll be waiting for you there. Nigel, has the message been dispatched to my aunt? Excellent, coachman. Make all speed to our destination. There you are. Are you prepared? Then let us be off without further delay. Yes, this is it. It has been ages, but I believe I've recognized these trees. You'll find she's a wonderful lady. Oh, yes, the password. The yellow bird. Aunt Henrietta, thank you for sheltering us. This is my aunt, Henrietta. She found herself out of favor with my father years ago. Has been safely secluded here since. He will not find us here. Indeed, my aunt, she is breathtaking. Is Henry at home? Henry is Aunt Henrietta's husband. At his workshop at this hour, he is truly dedicated. He's a good man. Yes, lead on. We will follow. Thank you, my aunt. I trust we are not displacing you. We are deeply grateful. Good night, then. I apologize, my love. I know it's modest, but only a temporary arrangement before we leave the country. Precisely. The north is a splendid place, you'll see. Far more serene than here. I've urgently requested my grandmother to plead our case for asylum with the Queen. I anticipate a reply shortly. Please fear not, for I am here, and no harm will come to you. And as long as we remain unmarried, I doubt the king will execute his threats. But I trust not his words and will not gamble with your safety. You are safe here, and I shall protect you. I have no doubt you could protect me. Let us have some rest. We both deserve it after such a day. You know, I can only imagine how you might have responded had you agreed to embark on this journey under these circumstances. Yet, I still wish to hear it from you directly. Will you marry me? Speak not of misfortunes. Of course we will survive long enough. Is that a yes, then? Finally, some good news. We must be quiet. My aunt's room is just next door. If we are to do it, we must do so silently, my love. Excellent. Good morning. Is my wife awake yet? Come on, time to rise. Ah, there she is. Did you sleep well? Yes, I had the most peaceful sleep, and seeing you first thing this morning is the most delightful awakening. It still mesmerizes me that we are now married. Oh, how I wish to give you the world and then some. I wouldn't know. Tell me, what would make you happiest? Me? That I can provide. I swear that rooster is my father's agent, sent to drive us mad in hopes that we'll capitulate. Perhaps, but I'm not as silly as this rooster. I promised my aunt I would attend to the chicken coop this morning. But I shall return to attend to my wife. Yes, I promise. You and I have unfinished business. You understand me, don't you? Nigel? What brings you here? I thought our meeting wasn't for another 4 days. Urgent news. What's the matter? A reward for our location? But how did the king come to learn of our marriage? The priest. But we took every precaution to ensure his safety. Is he... That's tragic. It's all my fault. Nigel. We have no choice now. We must leave the country immediately. Are you certain you weren't followed here? Good. And no response yet, fortunately. It seems we must approach the border and beg for asylum. I shall persist in dispatching the missives to my grandmother, keeping her apprised of our whereabouts throughout the journey. True, openly crossing the border is hazardous, but it's a lesser risk than remaining here. Perhaps disguises. You are right. The guards might see through such deception. What other options do we have? Aunt Henrietta, did you overhear our entire conversation? No, you've already done so much for us. I owe you a great debt. I cannot impose further on your kindness. Very well. If you insist on helping, what do you propose we do? I believe it is the place. My aunt mentioned the third house beyond the bridge. A door painted black. It must be this one. Come, my love. Greetings. Apologies for our intrusion. We were sent here by my Aunt Arietta, whom I believe you know, and my grandmother as well. My aunt mentioned you might assist us in our plight. Thank you. You were expecting us, but we dispatched no prior notice. Very well then. My aunt was sparse with details, but conveyed that you could aid us in crossing the northern border unnoticed by the guards. You were aware of this as well. Given your foreknowledge of our predicament, here are 2 gold coins for your immediate assistance, with an additional 2 if the outcome meets our expectations. Does this arrangement suit you? We are indebted to your willingness to aid us. How shall we proceed? Of course, we shall wait. What is she concocting? A preparation indeed. This place unsettles me. Perhaps Aunt Arietta was mistaken in her recommendation. As you wish, but at the slightest sign of treachery, we leave. What is this? A disguise? Elaborate, if you would. For all I observe is an enigmatic brew. A witch, then? That explains the unease I felt. Witch or magician, the distinction matters little. Your use of magic suffices for my discomfort to urge an end to this encounter. Of course we desire a disguise, but not one wrought by spells. And what ingredients have you brewed into this potion? Are you attempting to poison us? But did you not hear her as I did? She admits to sorcery. Can we truly entrust our fates to her? But Very well. Should we resort to such extremes, I demand full disclosure of this potion's contents. Conceal nothing, witch, for no amount of sorcery will shield you from my wrath should you deceive me. By the heavens! Well, in its mechanism, unrecognizable, you say, and the duration of its effect. 6 days. That scarcely suffices to reach the border. Hold, not so hastily. In 6 days, at noon's 12th bell, the spell concludes and we revert to our true forms. Is that so? And the potion's side effects? Which is? A mark on those of royal lineage, you say? Well, that is unlikely, as neither of us claims a lineage of unblemished royalty. Let's proceed then. What ingredient is still needed? Do not dare touch her. If it is indeed essential, then so be it. But I shall be the one to provide you with her lock of hair. Allow me, my love. There you have it. Now, let us conclude this affair. Please, we're short on time. My thanks. Together then, my love. Oh, this is vile. How long until it takes effect? Indeed, it has begun. This reflection, my face, it's almost surreal. Oh, my love, I find myself longing for your familiar face already. Yet, if this guise grants us safe passage, I shall hold it in dear memory. Wait, what is this upon your neck? I've never seen it before. Could it be? We must make haste if we are to reach our destination before the enchantment wanes. Come. I'd nearly forgotten. Remain in the cart. I will follow shortly. I judged you harshly at first. Forgive my earlier suspicion. Thank you for your aid. Here are the 2 gold coins, as promised. What do you imply? Whom have I found? The princess? You mean the countess? But she was never lost to me. What could you possibly mean by that? Wait, come back. Explain yourself, please. Come back. Yes, I'm coming. We're merely a few meters from the border now. Time is scarce, I'm aware, though I hold hope we shall reach it before the spell ceases. Oh, steady, steady. It seems our cart is ensnared in the mud. Remain seated. It is firmly entrenched. I cannot free it. Well, we must find... What is that sound? No, not the royal guard. They seldom venture from the castle. Perhaps border guards. The time eludes us. The enchantment wanes. Your face has already begun reverting to its familiar form. I will provide a distraction. You must make haste through the forest. Proceed northward and at nightfall stealthily cross the border. Seek an audience with the Queen Mother. She must anticipate your arrival and will offer sanctuary. My love, look at me. You possess the strength to endure this. I have faith in you. Now go. Please, there is scant time. You must leave immediately. Go now, I command it. By heaven, why do you choose the worst times to be the most stubborn? As you wish. Forgive me, the fault is all mine. Through my own selfish desires, I have doomed us both. And for that, I cannot forgive myself. Perhaps now you hold no regrets, but upon your final breath, your sentiments might shift. Never, with my dying gaze fixed upon you, I will leave this world with a gratified smile, content in knowing I was cherished beyond my wildest aspirations. We will be united in our folly then. Yes, I hear them. Did you presume I would allow them to seize my most precious treasure without resistance? You, who comprehend my soul better than I, must know that I will defend your life to my last breath, and should this be my final stand, I shall embrace it with honor. And in my heart, you too will live forever. Stay behind me. But these are not the guards of Arundel. Northians. What are Northian guards doing beyond their borders? Yes, I am the prince. Your tongue? I grasped some of it, yes. They say that the Queen Mother has received my messages and awaits us at the border. Heaven be praised. That they have come to betray us. No, rather to guide us to the border. Though we must make haste. They bear also a letter for me. A missive from my grandmother. Thank you. It relates further details of the tale I once shared with you about King Richard. Hold on. My grandmother, she was the one who forewarned the king of the looming threat. Yes, she recounts that she was in close counsel with the king, bound by deep friendship. Yet, as her son's folly deepened, she could only watch in despair as his plans unfolded against him. Despite her alert, the king, alongside the queen consort, chose not to forsake their people. Fearful for his daughter more than for himself, he entrusted her safety to my grandmother, a secret she has kept until this moment. Indeed, she placed her under the protection of a commoner named Helen. You are the lost princess? Yet, it aligns perfectly. You described the throne with familiarity, for you had seen it within the castle walls as a child. That mark that appeared when you drank the potion, a manifestation only found of royal blood, the same which flows within you. I'm not mistaken. When leaving, the magician exclaimed, "You have found the princess." At the time, I did not grasp her words, but now all becomes clear. Do you not see? That you are the princess for whom the people yearn, the legitimate heir to the throne. It alters everything. You might... No, of course, my father would likely pursue you should he learn of this. But perhaps with your people's support and the knights who are disillusioned with him, you could reclaim what is rightfully yours. My love, I would never presume to sway your judgment or your heart. But if you choose to remain, you could indeed restore hope to your people. Conversely, if you decide that this burden is no longer yours to bear, I will understand, and we will leave for a north without hesitation. Know that whatever your choice, my support is unwavering. What is your wish? Your Majesty. Merely paying homage to your Majesty? Is this curtsy fitting for a queen? Yet one wonders if a single curtsy is adequate for a monarch of your stature. Perhaps an additional one for your beauty, another for your wisdom, and yet another for securing the affection of your subjects, and one more, just in case. But certainly, my love, I'm coming to you. Such a greeting pleases me far more. It is indeed a pity you are expected elsewhere, though I know of many other ways to express my respect to you, perhaps involving a certain throne, but might the Queen dare to delay her own coronation? Very well, then I shall muster patience and wait for nightfall. Helen must surely be growing impatient to see you as well. Or should I say, the Earl of Belford? No, none whatsoever. My father appears to have vanished after fleeing the castle siege. He may have found refuge with King Aksath, but all that matters to me is that he no longer poses a threat to you. Are you ready, my love? With you, always.
glorious now, behold him arise.